everything that's happening. So if you feel right now that there's a lot of stuff going on, I just had a huge block the last few weeks. I don't know, it's still moving, but there was still some blockage. And then I was asking how could I support, and then I just saw the Tarot de Nuit. So I was thinking about going on and talking a little about the shadows and your blockage and what's coming up within the cards, the energies, and then take a few cards for all of us and then just see what's coming out from that. So you can see if you're feeling we had huge energies coming in, they're still coming in, and we are getting them in I think about 48 hours, and then it starts all over again, and it takes a few days to integrate. I've especially been feeling it in the throat chakra, and I love and light to you too. I couldn't sleep either, so it's totally normal. It's the journey, but I felt it in the throat chakra, but also especially in the heart chakra. And I could feel it in the back of the heart, and just stuff coming in for integration. So there's so much light coming in right now, so we're feeling that. So I was thinking about taking some of the shadows, because it's that when there's so much, a huge amount of light coming in. It started at the 2022 of June. I'm just closing my eyes because I'm going back in time right now. I went to Spain for a week, and down there it was also intense with the energies, and I did a lot of rest, relax, recuperate with my daughter. But I also did a few readings and had a few clients, and did some chakra clearing. But it was still intense, and I could also feel it purging body stuff. And then we had all these energies, 22 portal. There was a portal opening there, huge energies. It felt very intense in the heart chakra, and the throat chakra, and also the crown, like you're on a boat or dizzy. And trust me, I've been feeling this for many years. But it's expected, because we know right now the energies is going to rise up to the Lion's Gate. We have this portal 7/7 next week. I posted, I'm going to go online to do something. I'm also doing it on Facebook, meditation, doing energy clearing, but also talking about whatever's coming through. Because what we are going to do, we're preparing. So you're working on so many layers, both collectively, individually, and physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically right now. So if everything is amped up, it's perfectly. If you can't sleep, it's perfectly too. Just give yourself a break. Trust whatever's coming up. If you're feeling blocked, and if you're feeling like everything is just wrong, just give it a few days and it will be better. I felt that too. So if you're going through something right now where it is like, I got the Nine of Cups in the bottom of the deck here, where you're feeling like it's the dark night of the soul, or if you're waking up to new insights within you, it's also good. That's what's coming. That's also what's coming through. I felt like I got redirected and everything just stopped. And I questioned the things that I was working on. There was like this blockage, but it's also something like, because we are impatient, I'm a fire sign, so I also get impatient. But it's like you're questioning stuff, and your consciousness is actually a little further, and you are actually timeline jumping. So, but your physically body is still processing and dismantling something. So you're going back and forth. So the key here is to stay in present moment. The key is to be in present moment and be in that state. So I was guided to do a few cards from the Tarot de Nuit, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to stop talking right now. Also, If you're experiencing a lot of physical symptoms right now, it is because we are receiving so much light. If you're experiencing a lot of emotional stuff coming up, heavy energies, emotions like anger, frustration, just irritability, or just stuff coming up, just connect back to your heart. You can place your hand on the heart, get heart centered all the time, and also your sacral. There's a lot of sacral stuff and heart chakra stuff, and it's interlinked. The wounded divine feminine, your sacral chakra, ancestral work and healing work with that. So there has been a lot of focus on the upper chakras, but we also need to heal the lower chakras, because otherwise that's what a lot of people are feeling right now, that unbalance. Because the wounding and the shadow work and stuff is still trying to come up to process. So remember, the gold is in the dark. A core shadow belief for a lot of women, but also men, but especially women. If you've been through trauma or stuff like that, it is I am unlovable. And it is, if you really get honest and real with yourself, it's something that all of us have at a different kind of level, expecting how much work you have been doing. But just the acknowledgement and just being real about the feeling, and it's there. And it's sometimes it's guiding your actions because you're not showering yourself with the self-love you need. It's just that being very much aware of it, then you're a long way. You have come a long way, okay? So it's where you just suppress it, and you don't want to look at it, and you don't want to acknowledge that there's something there. Then you invite it in as a house guest, and then it's practically give it the remote control. Okay, storyline right now for this energy is justice. So there is a lot of that energy coming in. The justice around the justice you have been giving yourself. The justice you think you deserve. The justice you think that you should see in your life right now. And just stuff that has happened, or stuff you're feeling, or stuff that that has been done to you maybe. You kind of, the Empress is like, I want to see some justice in this. And also giving yourself that validation, the worthiness, where you want to be right now compared to where you really are. And there's huge gift in just really staying present exactly where you are, and from that place moving out into your light, into your greatness and healing, you know. You're thinking about money. That's the bottom of the deck. You're thinking about your worth. You're thinking about, when I say money, it could also be energy. Exchange of energy. Who do you give your energy to? Being very much more aware of, because we telepathically are evolving right now so fast, so you can sense and feel energies really quickly, and also sense and feel what you do not want to be engaged in. So your multidimensional self is picking up on a lot of currency, energy exchange and stuff like that. So just be aware of that. And that's why you're maybe a little reflecting or reassessing what you want to put your money on, so to speak, right, like that. Okay, so let's get some cards here. That was a lot of cards. That's too many. But the bottom was the Chariot, fast. Yeah, the energy is fast. So it's important. We're getting so much energy in, really, to ground your feet. Walk around barefoot. Integration. Silence time. So for those of you who are watching this, what can you expect right now within the energies? The Ten of Wands, interesting. You want to move forward fast. And it's like there's fire in her dress. Look at that. You could also be connecting with the fire sign, but it's like the energies is like all fired up. It's also the collective feeling, both emotionally, but also within you as within. So without, there's a lot of tension. within the energies, and we're also being presented with a lot of stuff that is dismantling. So there's stuff that is burning down. Trust everything. A mantra right now: I know nothing. Be in that state. Be open. Be receptive towards anything. That's where the flow is. Okay, like the water energy. Work with water. Nine of Cups. And that's also an energy of really acknowledging who you are, giving yourself that love, but also connecting. Can you see the icon in the back? Connecting to your God consciousness, 333 number. That's also the technique I use when I do chakra healing, also with the breath work. It's connecting, like being in that God consciousness, because one of the keys right now when you are in situations or you're feeling like you're going through this alone, and you're not. It feels like that, but we're going through it together as a collective on different levels. But look at the icon behind her. You're always sort of divinely guided, protected, and the presence of God consciousness is right around you as within you, because you are that. Okay? That's a very much an important knowledge to embody right now. Okay, because the love, the unconditional love towards yourself is like that state of centered beingness within your center, your beingness within that God consciousness that you can create from that consciousness that you are that. Like I am consciousness, Course of Miracles, but also that love in energy. So yeah, like Page of Pentacles, giving yourself that pentacle, really also presenting it to the world, shine your light, really don't hide, because there's an energy of opening and going out and shining who you really are, your gifts and everything that's coming through, especially for starseeds who has been hiding and who has been afraid of showing your gifts. The throat chakra is all around past lives, where you have been afraid of really going out there and showing who you really are and doing what you're meant to do and your mission work. And that's also the navel chakra that is being activated right now between the sacral chakra and the power chakra. That's your mission. So your golden blueprint, like the golden dragons. I got the dragon from Arcturus that came in. I also posted it on my channel, but that's the dragon, the golden light, the Christ light, but also the golden energy we're healing with that's coming in right now. Okay, so there's a lot of layers in this. There's both the if you're connected with a twin flame, you're definitely feeling their stuff going on a telepathically level. If you're not physically connected, most twin flames are not right now. I stand by that saying, and also because it's a different kind. Yeah. That's a whole other story. But and in also layers of emotional healing, trauma, and also the layer of physically integrating all these energies we are being presented with, and also a layer of meeting the world, like bridging the 3D with the 5D or higher, and navigating in that energy. I'm gonna talk about that on the 7th, I think. But also go into meditation about it's gonna flow. I will be guided. So it's about connecting to everything that flows right now and what do not flow. Just you can sit with it, do some emotional healing work around it, but you can't push it because maybe it's something that needs to be purged out. Also the Chariot again, fast moving energies, but also showing. It's like she's showing here her diamond. you're starting to show who you really are. You're starting to open up that diamond case, that diamond of who you really are, what you're capable of. It's also starseed energy, Aquarian age energy, and it's vulnerable. It doesn't have to be pushed. It's also about the Cancer influence we're seeing right now. We had the new moon in Cancer on the 9th, but like the turtle wisdom, go slow. Don't be afraid to go slow. Be afraid of standing still and not moving at all. But don't be afraid of taking baby steps or small turtle steps like that. Okay? Three of Pentacles. It's also about seeing everything, the energy around how we make money and how it's supposed to look like, how it's seen and how everything is changing, and we don't know exactly how it's going to look, because right now there's so many different timelines, so it depends on the collective also, but also how you're creating. But there is the separation going on. It's like we're going like, some of the collectives are going like this, how it's going to look, unfold. We're going to see more up on around Lionsgate, I think. But we're feeling the energies right now. We're preparing for that. That's why it feels really heavy and dense. Also because when we go high, a lot of times some of the energy go very low, and we also feel that. And you're also probably working with dismantling that. When I did some healing with some clients, and I worked a lot with amethyst. That's a very good stone you can heal with right now. Also, I have this big guy here. Beautiful stone, really powerful. Also for cord cutting. You can also sleep with crystals right now, because they can hold the ascension energies and our body can't. So if you wash some crystals in salt, put it under your pillow, not something like this, but something maybe more tumble stones, more like, this is something I'm guided to speak about. This is what I use when I do healing work. This is the Reiki stone from Spain. Real crystals, really good, very powerful. But also this one, Himalaya, like formed like a pyramid stone. I put it on especially the third eye chakra, but also the crown. But also work with clients, quantum healing, and do healing sessions. I cleared a lot. So I also felt the energies. I was really tired. And I connected with a beautiful other light workers, Kate Cloud9. I think it's Kate. I'm going to put it down. She's beautiful. I love her. And she actually helped me a lot and did a reading. And it was really fast for me, because I just kind of floated into a beautiful routine, cleared out my calendar for a few days. And then I really just did everything that was good for me. And then I got really back into the flow. So thank you for that, Kate. I love you if you're hearing this. And also, and I think we really need to acknowledge it's much faster to reach out and ask for the help when you need it, unless you just want to stay in a longer time in a funky state. Okay, then it's you going on a new journey. Maybe you're feeling like that nickel. You're going on a new journey. You got the Fool card, the first card in the tarot, and it's a new beginning, like a reset. And maybe you're feeling like new territory, newness in the energy, and that's also very valid, because this is a whole new energy, whole new world we're in, and there's no going back. So we are reinventing everything, and the being in that present moment. I bring my last amethyst into the bedroom. Yeah, do that. Do that. Put it into the bedroom and just talk to it and coat it with love, a lot of love. Coat it. You can coat the crystals. You can coat it with a lot of love. Put your hand over it, because the crystal is actually helping you much more. It's higher consciousness. If you have been working with it in Lemuria, Atlantis, and everything, and we knew that psychic surgery we could do with it, so it can help you purge and clear and cleanse your body. Yeah. And the Three of Wands also, like the wheel, you're self-sabotaging. some of you are really, like I'm seeing the scroll, look at that. That's only the shadows, don't be afraid of it. We hold everything. Also working with the dark, I worked a lot with Ian Anna, and a lot of the mystic travels I did. I also had a lot of near-death experiences, so I worked and also did a lot of shadow work in San Diego and also in other countries. But I trained with Debbie Ford, so I know a lot of this stuff, and it's like I was talking to myself and I was like saying, okay, when am I gonna understand everything fully? I'm still on that journey and I'm trying to share as much as I can. But we're seeing the darkness right now in the world play out, and that's also our collective shadows we're seeing. But this is also for you, it's like being that, not putting yourself into a box how it should look like. Look at her. She looks like a badass, in a video game or something, when you saw that earlier in the 90s, 80s. But it's like those archetypes of who we should look like or who we should be and how it should look like. Define what it looks like for you, because it's only a mask. Are you putting on a mask, or are you just being you? Okay? Are you putting on a mask how it should look like, and inside you still like you want to be like this? Just allow yourself to be what you want to be right now. Reinvent yourself and just take everything that works and leave the rest like that. And don't judge yourself, because you have so many qualities. You're thinking about how you're gonna grow, your maybe business, maybe a job, or maybe contemplating stuff like worrying about stuff, and also feeling like you're being pressured because you're on a time, like the clock is ticking and I need to do this, I need to do this. Sorry, but just know that everything is happening exactly the way it should be. Sometimes it's just our ego who gets in the way, and then we get a spiritual intervention, divine intervention, and then suddenly we're kind of laughing at ourselves and saying, oh my God, now everything worked out. Because a lot of the stuff we're worrying about, it's actually never gonna happen. It's so interesting. And it's about acknowledging how when you go into your ego and want to control everything, on the contrary, go into your heart and trusting and say, I'm going to cultivate this faith and trust. And that's something that I still need to work on. Sometimes I'm better at it than other times, especially when I've been working a lot and doing a lot of healing stuff like that, and I'm getting like energy depleted. It's easier to get into that ego state and then just feeling that you want to push things through and instead of just stepping back and allowing everything just to fall into place. And we all do it. Nobody's perfect, but it's about learning the dance and learning that trusting about how when you feel right, when you get into that flow where everything just feels good and you're kind of just saying, okay, thank you, universe, thank you. Everything is just coming and then when you're not there, But it's also important to recognize and be very grateful for all the experiences we get. I'm just gonna do a little. I'm gonna take the dragons also. There's a lot of shadows coming out, a lot of doubt, self-sabotage, and but also a huge wisdom, but also a respect to yourself of taking the time you need and knowing how hugely gifted you are. And when you get still and you connect with that wisdom, it's so much easier to get the answers in. It's so much easier to connect with who you really are. And then just accept. And your manifestation skills also is heightened in that space because you are much more within your body. You're embodying your whole multidimensional self, if that makes sense. Yeah, you got the devil. It could be, I'm feeling it's you. I'm feeling it's the collective shadow, but also the shadow within you that comes up and really want to play out right now because of everything that has been, kind of imposed on everything, the restrictions, the stuff and all of that. It's also self-sabotaging, both not knowing, because we operate 95% subconscious. So it makes really much sense that, especially if you are sponging from the collective, just be mindful around where you direct your energy right now. But there is that energy of polarity, the separation, and all of that. And it's not that you should just push it away and say, whoa, I don't want to be that. You have to actually take it in, love it to death, and say, I'm that too. That's where your strength comes from. Okay? So you're that, and you're the light, and you're the dark. That's where you can dismantle, okay, and alchemize. That's where you, when you get into that acceptance. So being in the darkness is a huge gift. There's in 2000 last year, I don't know how many 100,000 people has awakened, and there's a lot of people right now who are going through the dark night of the soul, King of Cups, love, divine masculine, could be a lot of connecting with that. That's also an energy that has been coming in for me in dreams. But also your own inner masculine, but also knowing if you have been connecting with your divine masculines in dreams or stuff going on, just know that you also are, your soul said, we know this as twin flames on that journey. We said yes to still be clearing and cleansing stuff, even though it's a pain in the butt that we're still on that. But it's like, well, I don't know everything, but I just know that it's when you reach that level, you're kind of just observing, but it still feels really real. And then we get the Tower here, and it's also connected just after the divine masculine, because I feel a lot of divine masculines are going through that energy right now because of the spiritually awakening for a lot of masculines. Are also connected with a few ones, and especially I did root chakra healing with some clients that were divine masculines, and I found out, and I was like, well, that makes sense. So I have been also seeing that energy come in, and that was so interesting. So I want to take a few one for the divine feminine, King of Swords. The King of Swords is very much the clarity, but also the fast-moving energy of mentally being much more clearer. That's an energy that is coming much more in after we are finishing. We have a lot of retrogrades right now. All the planets are retrograde, and there is this slowness and this inner need of really feeling that you want to go in, the Cancer influence that's coming in, and really feeling that you really want to be in that cozy home feeling of everything has to be safe and sound, and it's not. So that's challenging a lot of stuff. But the King of Swords followed by the Eight of Swords, so there is some of that energy, feeling the wounding, the traumas, and taking time to heal that, so you can work on different kind of layers, but still have that acknowledgement of you need to take time for that too. You need to take time for that healing too, okay? That's the healing of feeling the emotional trauma you have maybe been going through as a child, or just trauma coming up from all this pandemic stuff and everything that has been going on. It is a trauma response. The definition of trauma is that when too many things are happening at once and it's difficult to process, and the body just shuts down, and then the cells starts to get confused, and then they store like frozen cells, and then it holds the energy, and it's, if you get into the chakras, they are not working, and they just kind of, they don't stop, but they are just not moving so fast. It's more difficult to access your power, your creativity, your flow and everything, because there's frozen cells stocked within you. That's typically with the trauma response. That's why the chakra clearing is so effective. Okay, the Knight of Swords, there's a lot of air energy. Some of you could be connecting with an air sign, but I'm feeling it's more mentally. A lot of thinking, a lot of trying to figure stuff out, and you can't right now. You could be going through a lot of birth energy, like birthing new ideas and getting downloads and stuff like that, and then being set back a little and still have to integrate and honor healing, because we are in this huge healing process of everything that has been going on. It's also something we're going to see much more of, the root chakra healing, the sacral chakra healing. Also, okay, there's definitely divine masculine energy coming in here. And also we have all the kings here. The King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So there's a lot of king energy coming in here. Just some of you are energetically connected with a divine masculine. You can do energy clearing around that, so you can move some of that energy and alchemize it. If you are a divine feminine, you're already doing it, and that's also maybe why you're not sleeping, or there's stuff going on, because you're doing a lot of huge work. I'm just getting that message. Maybe that's just for one of you. Okay, divine feminine, what is holding you back right now? That is Seven of Wands. Connecting to your fire, getting hugely into that power, the power chakra, getting into that really intense intention, desire, will, destination, and desire, and really know I'm going this way, it's going to come. With I'm feeling the Leo, the Lion's Gate, and that the energy is coming soon, middle of June. So you're going to get into that really power woman, like this really beautiful, beautiful energy. Right now you are in this feeling like there's a lot of shadow, irritability, emotional, like a little self-sabotaging, but also a little darkness, like you're scratching your own back and irritated because you want everything to go faster. And that's where you are, and you're looking at some of the ships that you have had to let go of, but your ships are coming in. But it's still a little misty and gray and in the dark. You can't really see it yet. It's coming. It's coming. There's a lot of good energy coming in. I'm gonna clarify that. But that's the energy around the Tarot de Nuit. Okay, so that makes sense. Also for some of the readings I've been doing and energy clearings I've been doing, it's where we are right now. Also integrating of the energies. So if we're going for the widest weight. So I want to ask around, what can we expect right now within the different kind of signs? Okay, I saw the Sun card. You got the Sun and the Moon. No. Old stuff still is retrograde. It's, oh God, okay? Sorry, I'm not saying oh God. The shadows, stuff coming out maybe from the past. Just expect that also within you. You are subconsciously also picking up on a lot of that. We're not finished with that energy. Obviously, okay. But also coming out in the collective. Things that really just irritate you, go, strikes a chord within your heart or something, and just integrating that, processing that. That's also coming up. Contracts. I'm connecting with both physically contract, but also Akashic contracts. You are also right now choosing your path and your contracts. Some of you are really, that's why you need to go into meditation and also really connect and cleanse and clear your chakras with crystals, but also connect with your inner guidance so you can really feel your way through it, the world. So it's going to start spinning, okay? I'm feeling middle of July. The world, but also ending Yeah, you're gonna, yeah, the offers is gonna come in. You're gonna actually be presented with so many offers. We got the Wheel of Fortunes, we got the Ten of Cups, wow. And then you don't know which one you wanna choose. So actually there's gonna be a lot of stuff happening. So this time is very, very important. It's important to honor wherever you are and integrate and heal and be present moment with that. Because maybe you need, sometimes we have to go back a little and stand still a little to heal something or integrate something more, because then when we are buzzing around and doing our stuff and working with everything, and we don't have time for all the emotional stuff to still be like scattered or have too many triggers or that. So you're going to thank yourself if you're there. Okay, dragons. We're going to shift the energy, and I'm going to put, my battery's low, so I'm just going to finish this off. I'm going to put these beautiful amethyst crystals, and then we got the dragons card here. The sun dragons, the sun energy, the golden blueprint on our chakra systems are coming in, and it's huge. So don't judge where you are, because you're perfectly exactly where you are, and you have so many gifts, and you have so much support around you. You are loved, and you're not alone. It's very exciting to connect with the dragon energy, because they are huge healers, and they can cleanse and clear your energy body really fast. I connected with the sun dragons and the Arcturus dragons in Spain. So I'm just going to draw a few cards for us. We got this golden. It's here. So for those of you who really need some energy healing, call upon this dragon. It's the golden orange dragon. Orange is Metatron's energy. Also the ascension light, the orange ascension light, can help you cleanse and clear. Okay. Okay, I couldn't read it. I'm getting a message. Okay. I got the messages now. Wanted to spend time with me, then he wanted to look at the door of shop, and what is that? Okay. Of the shop, I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna look at it later. I got the chat now. Okay, funny. I love the comments. I have it on. I'm in the, yeah, there's something around San Diego. I did the Debbie Ford workshop, shadow workshop, when I sat there. There's a story there, and I actually just talked with Kate about it the other day, about sharing the darkness and our unlovable parts. But it was so funny because I cried, and I was really in my own shadows, and I was thinking about my core shadow belief that came up was I am unlovable because of trauma, abuse, and stuff that has happened to me. And it came up, and I felt like I was the only woman in the world who had that wounding, until I found out that like 500 other women or 50 other women in the same workshop had the same shadow core belief. So that's where our power is. It's also about sharing that, and in a safe place, obviously. Okay, and I lock and seal this right now with Metatron's energy, but also if it can help somebody, you're not alone. And if you feel like that, it's about the power lies within really saying, okay, I feel like that. Okay, how can I shift it? How can I love that? And how can I love little me when I'm like that, your little girl in that situation? When you are in that space, you know how you act, you know your addictions, you know everything around that. And then when you kind of find the power to shift, okay, I'm feeling I'm unlovable, because the shadow comes out in all kinds of way, and it's like really tricky, and it's like really also different to like very difficult to totally be spot on all the time. So when I did my own shadow work, then I worked with a lot of shadow coaches, also taught a lot of shadow work and taught a lot of shadow coaching, it's important to have that mirror, because that's where you can see, well, I'm not the only one, and it's okay. And then you kind of feel, then it's easier to go out and shine your light and go out and say, well, I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to take the mask off and just be me and be whatever I'm meant to be in this world. And then you're not going to waste 10 years of holding yourself back. Okay? I don't understand. Okay, could you clarify what about the shop owner, time with me? Okay, about the shop. I don't do any personal here. Then you have to do a personal reading, okay? Because I'm not going to do the energy in the reading, because it's going to cloak the, it's going to interfere with the general messages. Because it's important right now for those of you who are having issues with the body and working really, because it's going to help so much to connect with this dragon. It's very easy when you go to sleep at night and then connect with the golden orange light, like see a pillar of light going through your body, and then cleanse and clear everything, because it's going to help you so much when you have to go out into the world, or if you feel things coming up and you feel like giving up, or there's stuff going on. It's going to help you get your power back. It's the golden orange dragon, but also the sun dragons. It's like also expanding your light for ascension, because the light we are actually going to experience the next month, it's going to be very intense. So we're being asked to hold much more light. And if it's difficult to integrate, you're just going to, the universe is going to put you down and you can't, it's going to be difficult. So it's easier to say, okay, how can I work with this? You can do that with the orange ascension light. You can be very centered. You can go into that remembrance of how powerful you are. Okay? And then we got, that's also the message, the golden solar dragon. It's so, these are very important messages right now. The solar dragons are here right now. It's important because it's going to help you purify and transmute and transcend whatever's coming towards you. When you work with these, it's going to help you stand in your masculine power. Maybe that's why we got all the divine masculines. We got like really a lot of cards from the Tarot de Nuit. But you're going to help you stand in your masculine, divine masculine. You have both your masculine power with wisdom. And then it's going to help, this is important, you're going to be helped, with your DNA reprogramming and light codes integration. Because those of you who are listening right now, you are going to be asked to also step out and help other people and become an inspired leader, because it's going to be needed for what's going to unfold into the world. So this is very important. The solar dragons are coming in. You can call upon them also. The crystals are perfect to work with. You can both work with the dragons and the crystals. I also have the citrine. It's very good. I have a Himalayan salt lamp. It's very good too. And then I have crystal water. I use these spray bottles and I just spray them around the house. It's Himalaya salt. And then lavender. I'm going to spray something also out to you and over the crystals. It's very, very, very purifying. It's lavender, salt, just sea salt. And then it's a little, just water. And then I just put a few crystals. I put a little amethyst down there, some small ones I have. And it's actually, I can feel it instantly. The energy smells like, it tastes like, what is the energy? You can taste energy, you can smell energy, and you can use all these your senses for energy. That's energy training. It smells like when I did workshops before the pandemic. And chakra healing. But also it smells like, or tastes like Mary Magdalene. I don't know why I say taste. Smells like Mary Magdalene, actually. our inner divine healer, but it's like, it's interesting because there's something around that, the sensory systems, we also need that right now. If you have a spray bottle, do your own spray, coat it with the crystal, and maybe you have some small crystals, you can get some small crystals cheap in a crystal shop, something, and now I'm getting that feel of that owner, because when I see something, I totally connect with the energy and I start channeling messages for you. So you asked about that guy. I'm just seeing him smiling, but you need to get a totally reading before you can get the full answer. But that's interesting. That's why we have, when we do this tarot on the channel, I have to be very sharp with the boundaries, because I want to get the right messages out to all of you so I can support you for the highest best. But it's also very much important to really get on your path, do your energy healing, do your clearing, because you're here because you're going to also help other people. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to this. So the golden orange dragon and the golden solar dragon, soul energy, the sun, and the ascension light. Okay. Rebecca Campbell, ascension path. Where are you right now? What is happening, Pleiadians? Okay. So those of you who are here right now, you are on double mission. You're both helping the earth ascension, the grid fields. I see them. I can see them, or sometimes, a lot of time, every day. I can see when they're changing, also hear the energies when they are coming in and airing, and also there's the Pleiadian energy right now. You are both channeling and uplifting earth, so just know who you are. Don't waste your time on stuff that's not important right now. Do your energy work, do your energy clearing, because you are on double mission. Look at this. Pleiadian, a lot of you are channeling Pleiadians also. I do that also. I have also connection with the crystals, also from Atlantis, ancient Atlantis, the crystal vision. When you really start to remember your gifts, and you will do when you start to work with the dragons, and when you start to work with the chakra healing and chakra clearing, because when you clear out the densities within your body, you will start opening you up to your gifts and your remembrance of your DNA. That's why I'm talking about DNA reprogramming, because that's where you start to remember your mission. You start to remember what did you do at Atlantis, and when you will open up to the channeling of the Pleiadian. And it's important because of the times we are in and what we are going to see in the world. But just know, if you're tired, or if you can't sleep, or there's stuff going on, it's because you're on double mission. You're working with a lot of stuff, and you could be working, cleansing, clearing fields or lands for old souls stuck there in between worlds. And there's so many things that are going on right now. So be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself, and take the rest and nature time you really need. Relax, and don't, if you're tired, take the time you need out just to be you, because the body is really going through a lot of intense times right now. So, remover of all, thank you. Yeah, helping souls stuck. Yeah. Because I've been doing that too a lot, especially in the US. I worked with a channeler over there. He trained me in 12. And I just started to remember a lot. But then I was guided a few years ago. There was a lot of lands. There was maybe some around civil wars. There was still souls stuck there. And with the portals we have experiencing in the spring, summer here, there is totally a new energy. And what has been opened up, and we have cleared so much more. And that's why we can bring so much more light in now, because there's a lot of old that has been leaving. But we also know with all the light coming in, there's different kind of things that also have entered everything. But you are so much more powerful right now, and you are so much more, the more you know who you are, And the more you know your abilities and your wisdom, you can transmute and transcend anything, okay? And you will rest in that knowing. So also, if you need a good remover of obstacles, you can also work with the nature is the best. I love Ganesh. I got that from an energy healer in Spain. She gave it to me and I love it. And maybe that's why the energy is whole, but also the mantra Om Gam Gaya Pasaye Namaha. That's the Ganesha remover of obstacles. You can also go out if you are high priestess nature and if you have been working with nature, earth, air, fire, water in past lives. You know how to sit up at a tree and transmute with earth, air, fire, water, and you can transmute and transcend anything with the 4 elements, okay? We know this also from the Celtic Tarot. But take care. I love you so much, and thank you for your messages, and I'm gonna try, if you have a question, send it to me. I can do a card personally if you want to, and otherwise take care, stay strong. Ganeshan work with the trees, yes. And there's been so much healing and letting go over the past year. Yeah, there has been so much healing the last year. Mine, really, I've been working with healing since 2006. But where it really got intense and where I started my tarot channel, that was after I broke up with my twin flame. You know, that was Venus retrograde 2017. That's also where I got guided out to the trees much more and started preparing for doing mystery school. I'm training chakra healers right now with nature and stuff like that in my country. But really getting that hardcore, I got through some heavy, I was really had been going through a lot of initiations and it was huge. But Venus retrograde 17, that was where my started. But when we hit February 20, the last year and a half, that's where everything shifted with the healing. That's where everybody was pushed into soul remembrance also because of the pandemic. And this is ascension, this is how it looks like. Even though we wanted to look another way, this is how we shift a whole collective. So let's see what we're gonna experience. I'm gonna try to come on a little more and share what I can from my journey and do some readings and see what's going on. 7/7 portal, Lionsgate, we have some huge energies and I feel it's a very much important time. And really honor yourself and do as much as you can because it's gonna actually give you layer foundation so you can really do a lot of healing and really step really into your power. That's what we're supposed to do around Lionsgate and really pick a lane. Yeah. So namaste and have a beautiful day. I'm sending so much love. And then I'm going to try to end this